guys, this is Showtime's Fight Form. You already know what it is. And I am bringing to you, I would say March Madness edition, but you know, March Madness is officially over, but still had to represent, you know, the best basketball school of all time. Don't care what nobody say. Tar Heel Nation. And I bring to you an amazing episode for UFC 273, where we are going to do a breakdown and predictions for the main card. And it's an exciting card, actually. This is a very, very good fight. I mean, we're gonna have, what, 2 title fights? One kind of, you know, wasn't what we were expecting, but yet still a good fight regardless. And I'm excited for the whole card in general. But let's get to the main fights. I don't know why I say main editions, but whatever. You guys feel me. So we're gonna start off with Tasha Torres fighting Mackenzie Dern. Now, this is a very, very good fight for both ladies. This is a good way to climb both of them up the ranks to possibly get a title fight in this super stacked division. Mackenzie Dern is on a roll, and I will say that she impressed me her last fight. I remember I thought she would lose, and she didn't just win, she dominated. Like, dominated Nina Nunes, and I didn't expect that to happen. Tasha Torres, I mean, we just seen her come off a dub versus Angela Hill, who's a very solid fighter. And Tasha's just, I mean, she's a tiny tornado, and she fits exactly her nickname. Not too many people fit their nicknames. She's one of the people that do. A lot of spinning stuff. She's very, very quick and fast, and now she has good wrestling, good takedowns, good takedown defense. She's just a very solid fighter overall. Now, this is a tough fight for both ladies, and I would honestly go against the grain, and normally I'm not as high on Mackenzie Dern as a lot of people, and I would on a typical day, I would just simply say Tasha Torres because she has more ways to win. She is the quicker of the two. She has the best footwork of the two. She knows how to get in and out of spaces very, very well and how to avoid major strikes. I don't know, has Tasha even been finished? So finished via sort of strikes. Submissions, obviously we know Mackenzie Dern is like one of the greatest ever as a woman to, you know, step foot into the octagon when it comes to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. However, you gotta get them to the ground, and I don't see Mackenzie Dern getting her to the ground at all. She is bigger. I still don't see that. That's the thing, and that's gonna be the thing. Mackenzie Dern is bigger. However, her takedowns are still terrible, in my opinion. Striking has honestly gotten better, and she has power. Now, is she gonna land that on Tasha? I have a hard time seeing. Now, and with this, I'm honestly talking myself into saying Tasha Torres is gonna win. She's just better. However, it's just that star factor that I just see Mackenzie Dern. She's just a gamer. So it's a tough fight for me to pick, but I'm gonna go Tasha Torres 3-round decision. And I think that she's gonna be able to pick her apart, go in and out of spaces. Tasha Torres is an active fighter. She didn't have a pregnancy like Nina did. So I'm gonna go Tasha Torres 3-round decision. And it's gonna be a dominant, very well thought out dub. So yeah. Now, the next fight is gonna be the fight that everybody's gonna be excited about. And then, in my opinion, this is the most intriguing fight, period. All right, might be one of the most exciting fights in this quarter. And this is Gilbert Burns versus Chimaev. I am hyped for this fight. And this rise of Chimaev is legendary. This is a Conor McGregor kind of rise that he's having. So if he's very impressive and he lives up to this bill, we have a new superstar. Like, this guy has the ability to surpass Khabib when it comes to notoriety, when it comes to attraction. And the reason why I'm saying that is because he has the personality, he has a bigger personality in my opinion than Khabib. And not to mention his finishing is he's dominant in a different way. Whereas Khabib is dominant to the point where he will beat you up for 15 to 25 minutes, depending on how long the fight is. Chimaev ain't got time for that. He can whoop your ass in 1 minute and call it a day. And the most overused statement in MMA is he's the Mike Tyson. He's not a Mike Tyson. However, his rise and his finishing ability rivals anybody right now. And if he could do that to Gilbert Burns, who is a top 3 welterweight in the world, I mean, catastrophic. I mean, legit, we have a new contender. If he dominates this fight with 100%, he needs to get a title fight next, 100%. Because, I mean, Usman is running out of names. And if he dominates Leon, like a lot of people expect, there is nobody else. So UFC is definitely hoping Chimaev wins. And I think whoever wins regardless probably should get a title shot, if not Vicente Luque. Now, Gilbert Burns, we already know, world-class, brilliant jiu-jitsu, to the point that nobody really wants to take this man down. And he has great strikes. Realistically, his biggest weakness is probably his chin. You can clip him and you can knock him out. He does get hurt. Not even to say often, he gets hurt. He has good takedowns. We saw that with Stephen Thompson. And I was very disappointed in that fight for Stephen, but it is what it is. So this is going to be one of the more interesting fights. Chimaev can definitely rock Gilbert Burns. That's unforeseen. That's not surprising. But the thing is, Gilbert Burns can definitely knock Chimaev out cold, like legitimately. I don't think wrestling is going to be that big of an issue. I think that they're both good wrestlers. However, I don't see the benefit of Chimaev taking down a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt who's like a world champion. I don't see him doing that to prove a point. That's really risky. I don't see Gilbert Burns even being able to take down Chimaev because his wrestling is ridiculous. So I think that's going to be a wash. Ground game is, I don't believe it's going to be a factor in this fight. It's going to be a stand-up fight. I'm not even going to call it a war. Someone's going to go to sleep, in my opinion. I don't see Chimaev I can't see a fight in 3 rounds where Chimaev doesn't land a big shot and Gilbert Burns doesn't go down. So it's either killed or be killed in this fight. Gilbert Burns wants to win this fight, he has to knock out Chimaev. If 15 minutes is too long for that guy with that kind of power to be able to knock out middleweights. So how do I see this fight going? I'm gonna say that it's gonna be a KO victory for Chimaev, and Gilbert Burns is unfortunately gonna be on it's gonna have a loss and he's gonna go back to the drawing board. But I think Chimaev is here. I think he's a real deal, and I think he's gonna be a future champion. Like, this guy's way too talented not to be. Now, the next fight after that is going to be World Championship fight. And it's the fight that, a lot of people don't care about too much because, we've seen it already. And, it really was a pretty dominant, it wasn't a win, but it was a dominant fight until the knee came, and that is Petr Yan fighting Aljamain Sterling. I'm looking forward to this fight. I'm one of the few people that believe that Aljamain had a winning formula. He just needs to dial it back a little bit. I'm on record for saying that. That first round was very good. He was very active. I just thought he was too active. And I knew he was going to gas himself out. And once he gassed himself out, I mean, bro, you don't want to gas yourself out to Yan. Yan is going to literally beat the hell out of you. You're lucky to get finished beforehand. So I hope that he learned, he saw film, and he adjusts his style just a little bit just like, bro, you have good cardio, but even Colby knows, like, bro, you have to pace yourself still. You can't just go balls to the wall, balls to the wall, balls to the wall, balls to the wall 24/7. That whole 5 minutes, you went crazy. Don't do that again. However, regardless of how I see this fight going, it's not going to be with Aljamain. I just think Yan is just too good, too many places, and it's going to be not an easy dub because I don't think Aljamain is, he's too good of a fighter for anybody to just straight wax and stuff, except for Marlon, which we already know how that fight went. So I'm going to go Yan TKO stoppage in the 4th round. And yeah, it's gonna be a competitive fight until Yan starts to pull away, because once he gets that data, it's a wrap, bro. And his cardio is phenomenal, and his wrestling is just as phenomenal. He was out wrestling Aljamain. So yeah, good luck. It's gonna be a hard fight for Aljamain regardless. Now, the main event of the evening, which is gonna be Alexander Volkanovski fighting Korean Zombie. That is a fun fight and it's an exciting fight. And I'm so hyped for Korean Zombie because, I mean, he's a fan favorite. The guy has an amazing chin. He's good boxing, good kicks. I mean, he called Korean Zombie for a reason. This guy can take damage and he can give it as well. So it's a good fight for the fans. It obviously wasn't a fight that everybody wanted because everybody wants Max Holloway to get this fight that he is rightfully owed. Like, realistically, he is owed it. So it is what it is, but that's, he got hurt, can't do it. So now it's Korean Zombie. And this is a new fight, new style. We can't just knock off Korean Zombie because he got whooped by Brad Ortega. That's 2 totally different stylistic fight. Now, how do I see it going? It is very, very difficult, even with it being a different style, for me to see Korean Zombie win. Too flat-footed, he gets punched too easily. Alexander has an amazing striking arsenal. Guy can hit you with so many different things. He's short, but he can move. He has great footwork. He knows how to get in and out of spaces as well. He knows how to not take damage. The most time I've seen him take damage versus Max Holloway, and he adjusted. He has a great way of adjusting. good takedowns. He has good top control. There's just not many flaws in Alexander's game. He's just not the most flashy fighter. He doesn't really get finishes. And I'm going to actually predict this will be the fight where he actually does get a finish. I think Korean Zombie is going to be too slow. I think he's going to be too flat-footed, and he's going to get punched too many times for him not to go down. And at the end of the day, like Alexander might be short, but let's not forget this man weighed like 250 before. Like he was a 200-pound man at one point. Guy packs power. And I think that this will be the fight where he shows he packs a lot of power. What he did to Brian Ortega that last fight was disgusting. He beat the living hell out of Brian Ortega. All right, that definitely rivaled Max Holloway. That was a beat, okay? So, yeah, I have a hard time seeing them getting out of this, so I'm gonna say TKO stoppage by Alexander. And we're finally gonna see him finish somebody in a championship fight. So that is my predictions. I would love to hear what you guys think of who do you think is winning, how they're winning. And once again, I say this all the time. If you win money betting on what I say, just break me off just a little bit, because I don't gamble. So break me off a little bit, because I'm helping you. But as always, this is Showtime's Fight Forum. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and all that good stuff.